Okay, I know I already made a video on this, but I want to talk about it more directly because I kind of went off on a tangent in the last video that I talked about this. But essentially, I want to talk about the school shooting that happened recently. Overall, the school shooting is a reflection of the nature of our society and our world and where we're at spiritually. We are hurting. As a people, we are hurting. We are struggling. We are not okay. The craziest thing about this school shooting that is unlike any other school shooting that we've seen. By the way, right now I'm just looking for a cave. I want to do a little bit of mining, get a little bit of coal, specifically coal and iron. The craziest part about this school shooting, though, is the fact that there was a whole lore to this guy that shot up the school. I mean, he has journal entries, he has drawings of himself fighting his. He has drawings of himself literally fighting his demons and struggling with demonic entities in his own mind, telling him to end his life. I mean, there is so much lore to this guy. And I'm not going to be able to cover it all in this video. I haven't done that much research, but I do want to talk about some things that prove that there is a spiritual realm and prove that there is actually, that the Christians are actually right. The Christians are right. There is actual spiritual entities that are controlling us and controlling our minds and our soul, and that are telling us, that are like, if we give access to demonic entities, they literally have control over us and are able to give us thoughts and feel certain things, and they're kind of like a part of us now. And I know this all sounds absurd and crazy and unbelievable, but I'm telling you guys, somebody who studied these things, it is all very much real. But before we get into the topic of this video, I just want to say, how's it going, everybody? My name is Zachariah. I make these videos on self-improvement and mental health and spirituality and all these different things, all these different topics. I almost ended my life 3 years ago, but then something changed my life forever, and it is now my journey, my purpose to teach you guys what saved my life and what improved my life and what made me better, because so many people are struggling and just need help. I have a community of people trying to improve their life and collectively holding each other accountable and just being there for each other, and it's an amazing space, and we're trying to make it even better and just have a community of people improving and getting better and sharing their progress and sharing stories and asking for advice. If that sounds good to you, then consider joining my Discord link in the description below. Anyways, this school shooter guy, biologically I'm pretty sure he was a man, and that's just the reality of the situation. He had gender dysphoria. He didn't know who he was, but biologically he was born as a man, so I'm gonna refer to him as a man. I'm sorry if that offends somebody. This is no offense to trans people. I love you guys actually so very much. I love you guys a lot. You guys are awesome. I love you guys so much, and that's genuine. I genuinely care about you guys, but at the same time, this guy was biologically a male, I believe. I might be wrong about that, but he was just struggling with his identity, as many of us often do. Oh, this is a deep cave. Holy crap, this is a deep cave. I'm gonna be careful here. But yeah, the most interesting thing about the school shooter is he had journal entries talking about his mental health and talking about his struggles, and it was very evident, especially by the drawing of himself in the mirror. I'm gonna put it on screen if I can find it. But this guy, he had a drawing of himself with an assault rifle on his back, looking at the mirror, and in the mirror reflection was a demonic, some kind of demon, some kind of dark being that with like horns, and just it looked like a demon, quite literally. Like, I'm telling you guys, I've seen like some kind of demonic creature before. I almost just hurt myself. I've seen demonic creatures before, and I don't know if they're like objectively just demons or like some kind of being. I don't know what they were, but they looked just like what this guy's drawing was. The creature had like 4 or 6 horns, and it looks just like the creature I saw at one point in my life, where this thing had like 4 or 6 horns, like more than 2, and this demonic creature was like kind of eroded away and like broken off and like uneven and grotesque. And that's exactly what this drawing is. This drawing looks the exact same way as what I saw. So first of all, that proves to myself that demons are real. Not that there was any question to the matter. Do I have one behind me? I do. In this guy's drawing, it said "kill yourself" over and over and over in Russian, and it's literally the demon saying it to him. The demon. This is literally a drawing of him getting voices from demons telling him to end his life, telling him to hurt himself, telling him to kill himself. If this isn't enough proof that spiritual entities affect us and possess us and control us, guys, it was never like a question. Like, if you are a Christian, if you've studied the spiritual realm, there's no question about it. It's always been clear that there's something in the spiritual realm that acts on us and has influence on us, and it doesn't always have the best intentions, and oftentimes it wants us to hurt ourselves. And if you want to know the truth as to why these demons want us to hurt ourselves and why they want us to kill ourselves and hurt ourselves and end our lives, it's because God made us. They hate us because we were created by God. God made us, and they hate that about us. They hate that we have God in us, that we're created in the image of God, and God likes us and has a relationship with us, and the demons don't. The demons are rejected by God because of their rejection of God and their rebellion. But God chose us. God loves us, and because of that, they hate us. And they'll do anything they can to afflict us and to hurt us and to make our lives worse, mentally, physically, spiritually. They're not always the reason why your life sucks, but it's oftentimes the reason. Maybe you're wondering how these demons gain so much power over us and why they attack certain people more than others, and some of that is just being unlucky, honestly. Oftentimes we give legal access in the spiritual realm to these demons without realizing, and essentially every time we lie, every time we cuss, every time we are mean towards people, every time we hurt people, every time we think a negative thought about ourselves or other people, every time we get bitter or resentful and we don't forgive, every time we give into our addictions like eating junk food, which is gluttony, and laziness, which is sloth, and anytime we give into any of these things, we are pretty much giving access to the devil in our lives. And every time we give into those addictions, we give just a little bit more room for the devil to control us, to afflict us, to hurt us, to give thoughts in our head, voices in our head. And essentially, this person had so many vices and so many strongholds that they did this horrendous act, and they were able to do it. They were numb, they were hurting, they were suffering, and this was their goodbye to the world that hurt them so much, the world that made them suffer. This was their exit. And it's so devastating, because if this person just knew about the spiritual realm, if this person just thought for a moment, if this school shooter just looked at his own drawing and realized what he just had drawn was actually real, yes, he felt that way. Yes, he felt like voices were in his head. He felt like demons were in his life and in his soul and a part of him, and he was seeing that in his reflection of himself. Those demons were like his personality now. It was him. That's the only thing that was left of him, because he's given so much access. Because he's given so much access to the demons and given them so much control over his own life. Him saying, "Where is your God?" is almost him asking, "Where is your God? Where is God? Where is this God where is he?" It's this nihilism, this feeling of defeat, feeling like nothing matters. If you look at some of the other things this guy said, he was vulgar. He was making the weirdest jokes and the weirdest phrases, and he was saying the most outlandish things. He was saying the N-word. He was saying just crazy things on his gun and in his journals, and that's a result of somebody who just doesn't care anymore. If you're able to just say the N-word so freely, if you're able to cuss so freely, if you're able to make just disgusting and disturbing jokes so freely, then nothing matters to you. You're broken and nothing matters. And that is nihilism. How do I know there's a God? If there wasn't a God, I would have killed myself. I would have been like this guy. I would have hurt somebody else and I would have ended my life afterwards. That's the road. Those are the thoughts I was getting. That was the road I was on. And I would have went through with it. I genuinely would have went through with it if it wasn't for God. I never grew up believing in God, but I had an encounter. In my lowest moment, I prayed to Jesus Christ and asked him to come and save me. And if he doesn't, if he doesn't and he's not real and nothing happens, then I'm just gonna end my life. Can I get this dog? Come here, buddy. Yeah, I got him. Let's go. God is there. You don't feel God because the reason why you don't feel God is because you've given access to all these demons, and these demons control your life, and you need deliverance, you need help, you need to improve, you need to do better. I feel the genuine darkness right now from the people who don't believe in God. You guys are so mentally unhealthy and so depressed and so sad, just like the school shooter was. And yet you refuse to believe in God. But deep down, you need help. You want help. You want a way out. This guy, he wanted a way out. He just didn't know how to find it. He didn't know how to get there. This school shooter was crying for help and nobody was able to help him. And eventually he did this horrendous act. I know it sounds religious and people don't like religion, but trust me, if you had a relationship with God, the creator of the universe, you would feel the peace, you would feel the love, you'd feel the joy. If you just did the good things, if you did the good habits, and you rejected the demons and rejected the devil and his ways and your addictions, and you just overcame your addictions, and I promise things get better. Let this be a warning to anybody else who has struggled with these thoughts, with these intrusive thoughts, and suffered with these kind of things, with mental health. Your life will not get better unless you make it better, unless you go to God, unless you just humble yourself and just give your whole life to God and improving your life and overcoming your addictions. And I know it's hard. It's hard when you're really deep down in them. That's why you need God. He's there for you. You just have to call out to him. Genuinely. As a last resort, I called to Jesus Christ and it saved my life. As an atheist. I love you all. I hope this video helped you. If you want to get further help and further guidance, and if you just want to talk to me more about this, then consider joining my Discord link in the description below. It's a great community of people trying to improve their life and follow God, and I truly believe it'll help you. I love you all, and I'll see you all sometime soon. Goodbye.